First of all, it is an honor to be here, and I want to thank the Restorative Justice Commission for their wonderful work so far and putting this wonderful event together tonight, and also the two other events that we are going to have. We hope to find out what actually happened, very unfortunate chapter of our history in College Park many years ago as part of the urban renewal, and what we can do to bring justice and to have a conclusion of that. With that, I am joined by wonderful city council members and also our former mayor, Andy Fellows. What we are going to do, we're going to read out the city proclamation that the mayor and city council made back in June of 2020. And this is the proclamation that led the formation of the Restorative Justice Commission. And again, we're doing a wonderful job. So what we have planned to do will be reading this proclamation together, meaning I'll be reading first two sections, then my council colleagues will be reading the other one. By the way, Ms. Gross is also our city council member, so I may want to request you to read as well.
Yes, sir.
If you may. Thank you. So let me start from there. So let me start. This is the city proclamation, which was made on June 9, 2020. The City of College Park's Mayor and City Council passed a resolution 20-R-16 denouncing systemic racism and declaring support of Black lives. So here it reads, whereas the Mayor and Council acknowledge that certain public policies have created wide disparities of well-being and opportunity among Black people in College Park throughout the United States. And whereas many of these policies and actions have led to systemic racism in our community and country. And
whereas the enormous consequences of systemic racism in our community and across the country is that the opportunity for employment, housing, safety, wealth, education, health, and other conditions of life, of quality of life, have been denied or diminished for Black people. And whereas Black people are rightly outraged by the country's devaluation of Black life and humanity, and whereas
Black people have been targeted, profiled, injured, and murdered by law enforcement throughout the country at inexplicable rates, and whereas the City of College Park is comprised, thank you, of 15% Black residents, and whereas
past practice and policy of the City of College Park have systemically disadvantaged Black residents and the historically Black community of Lakeland. And whereas these residents deserve justice, fair treatment, and recognition of their valuable contributions to our community without fear.
Now, therefore, be it resolved that the City of College Park must explicitly, directly, consciously, and painstakingly seek out and confront systemic racism, and it further resolved that the Mayor and Council acknowledge and apologize for our city's past history of oppression, particularly with regards to the Lakeland community, and actively seek opportunities and accountability and truth-telling about past injustice, and aggressively seek opportunities for restorative justice. And it is further
resolved that the City of College Park will examine our history and all current policies and programs for evidence of disparate impact based on race and ethnicity, and it is further resolved that we will determine if any of our actions, deliberate or unintended, create barriers to equal participation and opportunity for Black people in our community and it is further.
And if I can do a point of personal privilege, I also would like to acknowledge former Mayor Pro Tem and Councilmember Monroe Dennis, who also participated in this resolution, as well as past Councilmember Robert Day from District 3, who also participated in this as well. Resolve that we will determine if any of our actions, deliberate or unintended, create barriers to equal participation and opportunity for Black people in our community, and it is further resolved that the Mayor and Council will actively involve and learn from Black people so that we can collectively create policies and practices eliminating barriers to participation, equality, and opportunity. It is further resolved that the Mayor and Council believe that Black lives matter. Adopted by the Mayor and City Council of the City of College Park, Maryland, at a regular meeting on June 9th, 2020, and is effective immediately.
I will say thank you all. It's not a small thing to stand before a group of people and read such powerful words. I'm just hoping that we can all take that and really place it down in our hearts. This is not a journey that is going to be an easy one. I think we've already began to see a little bit of that. It's a journey that's going to require a lot of commitment. It's going to require a lot of imagination. This thing didn't happen in a short time. It happened over a significant period of time. But we don't want to have things linger. And so the time for regress, the time for healing, the time for justice, the time for restoration is now. And I hope that each and every one of you will join us in this journey and will commit yourselves here and now to see that Black Lives Matter isn't just something that people say, it's something that people live. And we also know that Lakeland is a place. And as Dr. Mindy was so kind to point out to us last night, Lakeland does live on, and it will live on, but we have to support it. Thank you all, Mayor and Council.